We all know the Apollo 11 moon landing, right? It's one of the most incredible things humanity has ever done. But what if I told you the whole thing almost ended in total disaster? Not because of some huge explosion, but because of a tiny, broken switch. Well, today we're diving into the amazing true story of the pen that saved Apollo 11. You know, we all remember that iconic line, "one small step." But landing on the moon, that was really only half the battle. The most critical part of the entire mission was always going to be the return journey. So you've landed, now what? So what was it? Some massive engine failure? A meteor strike? Nope. It all came down to this. A single, tiny, broken piece of plastic trapping two astronauts almost 400,000 kilometers from home. To really understand how this one little component became a life-or-death situation, we've got to rewind.
The whole idea of going to the moon, it wasn't just born out of this pure desire for exploration. No, it all started with a rivalry, a fierce one.
You got to remember the Cold War's space race was in full swing, and for a while there, the US was seriously playing catch-up. The Soviet Union took this huge early lead with Sputnik, and then by sending the first human, Yuri Gagarin, into space.
So what did President Kennedy do? He responded with maybe one of the most ambitious goals ever set. He stood up and promised the world that America would land a man on the moon and bring him home safely before the end of the decade.
And this just shows you the sheer scale of what they were trying to do. This wasn't a small project. It took a whole national effort. We're talking over 400,000 people and billions of dollars just to even attempt this monumental task.
All right, so fast forward 8 years. The dream is about to become a reality. But now, the most dangerous part of the whole mission was just getting started. The descent of the lunar module, the Eagle.
And almost right away, things start to go wrong. Alarms start screaming through the cockpit, these infamous 1201 and 1202 alarms. The landing computer, it's totally overloaded and it's on the verge of crashing.
Can you even imagine the tension? But back in Houston, the team is just ice cold. They run the numbers, figure out it's not a critical failure, and give the command to keep going. The pressure in that room must have been unbelievable. Okay, Crisis 1 averted. But then, Crisis 2. Neil Armstrong looks out the window and realizes the autopilot is about to land them right in the middle of a field of giant boulders. He has no choice. He has to take manual control, flying this thing like a helicopter, desperately looking for a safe place to land.
And while all this is happening, you know what else is happening? The fuel is just draining. They're burning through it at a terrifying rate. With 95% of their descent fuel gone, Mission Control starts that heart-stopping countdown.
They have less than 30 seconds of fuel left. 30 seconds. After that, they have to abort the entire landing, the whole thing. The stakes just could not be higher. And then, silence. Followed by those incredible words the entire planet was waiting to hear. They did it. They actually made it. But, you know, after that amazing moonwalk, after planting the flag, that's when they found the real crisis. The one that almost stranded them there for good. So what was this huge problem? A computer failure? A leak? No. It was a tiny switch accidentally snapped right off, probably by the side of Neil Armstrong's bulky spacesuit as he moved around the cramped cabin. And look, this wasn't just some light switch. This was the switch, the Ascent Engine Arming Switch, the one little thing that had to work to fire up the engine and get them off the moon. No switch, no engine. No engine, well, you get the picture. They'd be stuck there. Forever. So here they are, facing a literally life-or-death problem. Mission Control is hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. They can't exactly send a repairman. It was all on them, right there, with whatever they had inside that tiny lander. And this is where the pure genius comes in. Buzz Aldrin figures out, hey, I don't need the plastic switch itself. I just need to push the little button inside to complete the circuit. He looks around, and what does he see? His felt-tip pen. He carefully used the tip to push in the mechanism, and it worked. A simple pen just saved the entire Apollo 11 mission. Incredible. So with the engine firing and the astronauts safely on their way home, we can start to see what the true legacy of Apollo 11 really is. It's so much more than just a flag on the moon. And you have to understand just how high the stakes were. This wasn't some Hollywood movie. President Nixon had a speech, written and ready to go, for the worst-case scenario. Thanks to some quick thinking and, of all things, a pen, he never had to read it.
So what does this all teach us? I mean, the mission shows that real success isn't about everything going perfectly. It's about how you deal with the problems you never ever saw coming. It's this incredible testament to human creativity and just staying calm when literally everything is on the line.
It's just a stunning reminder, right? That sometimes the answer to a multi-billion-dollar problem isn't some super advanced piece of tech. It's a simple, everyday tool in the hands of a sharp mind under pressure. And that kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? For whatever your biggest challenge is, what's going to be your pen?